I'm Masayoshi Sugo. I'm a 24-year-old businessman. I hate people who break the rules. 14 years ago, my mom left us for some guy she was seeing. Right before she left, she borrowed $30,000 under my dad's name and ran off with the money. Dad was broken after that. He got sick. But he was in debt, and he still had a son in middle school. So he kept working anyways. It took a long time, but he paid off all his debts. He even put me through college, but...
Sugo! Head over to the hospital now! It's your father!
What? I rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. He had a heart attack. What? No! No! Dad! He was pushing himself too hard. I should have convinced him to stop working such long hours. Oh! We didn't have many relatives, so I did all the preparations for his funeral myself. And even though I didn't want to see her, I texted my mom anyways. It was his funeral after all. Mom, long time no see.
Who's this?
Your son! You deleted my number?
Oh, Masayoshi. Why are you texting me?
Dad passed away.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, heart attack. He was dead when I arrived at the hospital. It's his funeral tomorrow. Can you come? He never got remarried, you know. I think he was waiting for you to come back.
Huh? Why?
What do you mean? He's your ex-husband.
What's in it for me?
What?
Wait, am I getting some inheritance money?
Huh?
I mean, I was his wife once, so I should get my share. I don't want the house or anything. Some cash would be fine. I saw this handbag in a magazine the other day. I really want it, but I can't afford it, so... But this changes everything. Yay!
You've got to be kidding me. He was only 51. And the way you left him, this is partially your fault. You realize that? How dare you? How dare you insult him like that?
Oh, relax. Chill, okay? I just want some money.
You're his ex-wife. You're not getting anything.
Oh, okay. Well then, why should I go to the funeral then? Look, you're all grown up now, so I'm sure you understand, but I got sick and tired of him, okay? That's why I left. So why would I show up at his funeral? Know what I'm saying?
You're unbelievable. I should have never contacted you.
Ugh, you're so high and mighty. So annoying. You're just like your father.
Forget it. Forget you. I should have never texted you.
Yeah, I'd go if I was getting some money out of it, but you know.
Unbelievable. She never showed up. I spoke to her for the first time in 10 years, but wow. Just wow. I'm never talking to her again. A week after I buried my father, I was walking home from work when I found this girl sitting at the bench in the park all by herself. It was pretty dark out. She was all alone. She was just sitting there in silence. I knew something was terribly wrong. You okay? Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. It's late. I was just worried. I'm Masayoshi Sugo. I'm 24 years old. I live around here. And you are?
Nano Namaru.
How old are you?
10.
Why are you here? Where do you live?
I'm not going home.
What do I do now? She made it clear that she didn't want to go home. I didn't know what to do. It's not safe here. Come on. I'll take you to the police station.
No.
Why?
Last time I ran away from home, the police caught me and they sent me back to my mom, so...
Why don't you want to see your mom?
She hits me. She makes me do everything around the house, and she smells like cigarettes.
Sounds like me when I was a kid. Mom never did anything. Dad did everything for us. Why did Dad marry her anyways? Want to talk about it?
Okay.
My mom was just like that. She never did anything, and my dad and I did everything. Well, he's gone now, but...
Laundry too?
You bet. I was pretty frustrated, but it wasn't a complete waste now that I look back on it. I'm still pissed at my mom, but in a way, it did help me.
Why are you trying to make that sound like a good thing?
It's not that... Listen, I don't know what your parents are like, but just know that you can always talk to an adult and get help, okay?
Are you an adult?
Yeah. Nano went silent. She was thinking. Then...
What was your mom like?
My mom?
Got a picture?
I think so. It's from years ago, though. I looked through my phone and showed her the picture. Then...
Mom?
Yeah, that's my mom.
No, she's my mom.
What?
This is my mom.
Wait. What's your mom's name? I couldn't believe it. Her mom was my mom. Oh my goodness. I didn't see that coming. Wait, that means... she's my little sister.
You okay?
I'm texting her.
Huh?
No worries. I got you. Mom, what the hell?
What now? I'm busy.
Your child isn't home yet. How can you be so calm?
Huh? My child? Why should I? You're all grown up.
Not me. Nano.
Huh?
You got remarried. I know you have a daughter.
Wait, how do you know this?
Because she's right in front of me.
What? You're into little girls?
No. She ran away from home. I found her in the park.
For real? That stupid little brat.
She told me everything. What the hell is wrong with you, huh?
Shut up! I didn't mean to get pregnant. She was an accident. You know how painful childbirth is, huh? She should be grateful. She never does anything around the house. She's always causing trouble. She runs away from home all the time.
What about her dad? He doesn't care?
He's not like your dad, okay? He's not a control freak. That's why I got remarried.
Wow.
Hey, can you bring her home? I'm busy right now.
Why can't you come and pick her up?
I'm on a streak right now.
What? Wait, you're gambling?
What if I was? Oh, I gotta go. Bye!
Hey! Hey!
Do I have to go home?
I can't just let her go home. Not after what I just found out. I took her home with me. Her mom would probably call the cops once she realizes she's not home, but oh well. All I cared about right now was protecting my little sister. I cooked her a huge meal and fed her.
This is so good. Yummy. Thank you.
Eat up. There's still more. I made her take a bath. It was 11 p.m. Her mom never called. The police didn't show up. I guess they really didn't care. I was at a loss for words. I can't just sit here and do nothing. I gotta protect my little sister. I decided to take action the next day. Finally, her mom texted me at night.
Hey, what the hell? I thought you took her home last night.
Why would I do that? I brought her back to my place.
What?
You didn't even realize that she was gone last night. What were you doing after you guys were done with pachinko?
We went out drinking.
Wow, that's some great parenting.
There are some weirdos outside of my house. Did you do this?
I went to child services. I told them everything. I even took Nano to the doctors. She was this close to getting sick from malnutrition. This is child abuse. You can't talk yourself out of this.
What? We take good care of her.
Shut up! This is all your fault. I'm sure you've seen the news. The police are gonna find out any minute now. You realize you're getting arrested, right?
Arrested? No way. Wait!
Too late.
Wait, please. I promise I'll be a better mom. Please give her back to me.
No.
I'm your mother. Don't you care about me?
Nope.
What? You're so cold.
Why should I save you, Mom? What's in it for me? Enlighten me.
We can live together again. With Dad gone, you must be lonely.
Hell no. I'm gonna raise Nano myself.
Wait! Masayoshi, wait, no!
Afterwards, child services called the cops. They arrested both of them for child abuse. Bruises, doctor's reports, and testimony from Nano herself. The evidence was piling up. They were going to jail for a very long time. I took her in and decided to raise her myself. She helped me a lot with things around the house. I really enjoyed living with her. And I think she felt the same way. She's been through a lot. But I'm gonna do everything I can to help her get her life back on track.
I'm Yuka. I'm 30 years old.
I'm Michiru. I'm 5 years old.
We're a happy family of 3 living in an apartment. But now we have a new family member on the way.
Mom, she kicked!
Maybe she's trying to talk to her sister.
Hello? This is Michiru, your sister speaking.
Oh, it kicked again.
So, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Hello, little sister.
Be nice to her, okay?
It's like our family is like Crayon Shinchan.
Beep, copyright.
Sorry about that.
Teach that to your little sister too.
Aye aye, Captain.
What? I wasn't pregnant the other day, you say? Well, you'll understand when you grow up someday. Michiru goes to a nursery nearby, and there are many children from our same apartment complex there too. But there have been several incidents where one of the moms got out of hand. Today, I want to talk about one of the incidents that was very shocking. She was the perfect example of the kind of mother that I don't want to become, especially now that I'm having my second child. Her name is Sabetsu. They moved into the room next door. I only saw her husband once since they moved in because he was transferred out of the city, where he lived alone now. They have 2 children, and their older son Yuki is the same age as Michiru. Ryuta, the little brother, is 1 year younger than them. Although Yuki goes to the same nursery as Michiru, his little brother goes to a nursery for rich kids where most of the children move on to go to private schools. Therefore, Michiru became friends with Yuki but hardly knew Ryuta. I was wondering why they went to different places, but I felt really sad when I found out through our conversations. One day, when some of the moms living in the same apartment were planning to get tea together. Yuka, how are you doing? Sabetsu, hiya. I hadn't told you whether I'd be going over to that gathering you invited me to. Right, so can you come? Yes, we'll be there. My little one is looking forward to it. That's great. I'll tell Tae that there will be 3 more coming. Oh, there will only be 2 coming. So only Yuki and Ryuta will come? No. I'll be there too. But then, what do you mean by 2? Ryuta and I will be there. What about Yuki? Well, he has a lot of things to do, so he won't be able to make it. Things to do? Does he have lessons or something? Well, something like that. But it'll only be about 2 hours. It would be nice if he could come too. All his friends will be there too. That's why he's not coming. What? Yuki goes to the same nursery as the kids who live in the same apartment. So he's friends with them, right? So if he's there, my boy will be all alone. What do you mean, my boy? They're both your children, right? Our family's a little complicated. I mean, Ryuta when I say my boy. He'll be able to be friends with the other kids if Yuki isn't there. Is that why you're going to make him stay at home? Like I said, he's busy. You're going to have your second child soon, right? You'll soon understand. I'm not sure about that. Can you not interfere with other people's families' business? Sorry, that's not what I meant. Anyways, I'll be there with my son. Bye. Something didn't feel right about what she said about Yuki. I wonder what she meant by only referring to Ryuta as her son. Time passed and I couldn't figure it out until the day before the tea gathering. I'm sorry. Please, open the door.
Mom, Yuki's crying.
Maybe he got shut out for doing something bad. But I shouldn't interfere with other people's family business. I'm sure they'll let him in a few minutes, but I was worried that I didn't do anything about it. But 3 hours later...
Mom! Yuki's still locked out.
What? Really? It's already 9. I hurried and opened the door and found Yuki lying down in front of the front door. Where's your mom?
Michiru's mom.
Won't they let you in?
No, she left with Ryuta.
What? I was told to wait here. You've got to be kidding me. It seems like Sabetsu locked Yuki out and then left the apartment with Ryuta. Now I knew for sure that there was a clear discrimination between the brothers in the household. Come over to our house for now. You must be hungry.
But my mom.
I'll contact your mom for you, so don't worry about it.
Let's play together.
Although it was in wintertime, he was shivering from the chilly evening breeze. I felt so sorry for him and started to make some food with what we had. When my husband came back, I explained everything to him and served them dinner.
Thanks for the food.
What's the matter? Go ahead and eat up.
Am I allowed to eat with you guys?
Of course. Why wouldn't you be?
I'm always last, so...
What do you mean?
I'm only allowed to eat after Mom and Ryuta have finished eating. Ryuta eats all the meat, and I only get the vegetables that Ryuta doesn't eat.
What the?
I want to see Dad. Dad.
I was furious after Yuki told me about the situation at home. I know I shouldn't interfere with other people's family business, but this was unacceptable. Sabetsu, where are you now? What do you want at this hour? Yuki is waiting at my house. Come back and open the front door. Oh, was he annoying? Crying like a baby? You can just leave him alone. It's 11 in the evening. Aren't you worried, leaving a child alone at this hour? Not really. I'm fine as long as I have Ryuta. I heard from Yuki that you aren't his biological mother. He told you that? Oh, that kid. Talking about unnecessary things. I understand why you would treat them differently because he's not related to you by blood. But this is not okay. This has nothing to do with you. Doesn't your husband say anything? He doesn't know. I give him what he needs to survive. Yuki lost his mother from a disease. Making a fuss and losing his mother again is his biggest fear. So he won't tell my husband no matter what. You're exploiting his trauma? Do you really think that that's okay? I said, don't interfere. Getting mad isn't good for the baby, you know. I'm saying this for you. But thanks for having him. I'm at my parents' house and I won't be going home today. What about Yuki? You can just throw him out if you don't want to take care of him. I want to maintain a friendly relationship with the people in this apartment. I don't want to have a fight with you either, Yuka. I'll see you at the tea gathering. What should I do?
Take it easy, Yuka. It's an important time for us.
Yeah, but what about Yuki?
I have an idea.
Michiru?
It's Michiru, the big sister now.
Okay, so what's your idea?
Yuki, let's talk to your dad about this.
Aw? But Michiru, you have to think about Yuki's feelings too.
I'm going to be a big sister soon, but if my mom treated me like I wasn't needed, I think I'd cry too.
You'd cry?
So let's ask your dad for help.
But my dad might hate me for this.
No, he won't. He's your dad, right? Right, Dad?
That's right. He will never hate you for that.
Okay, I'll call my dad. Yuki took out a folded piece of paper from his necklace, and on the paper... Is this your dad's phone number? He gave it to me in case I got lost. Although it was nearly midnight, I didn't hesitate to call his father.
Hello?
Hello, I'm sorry to bother you at this hour.
The next day was the day of the tea gathering. So I went over to Tei's house along with Mitsuru and Yuki. Sabatsu came a little late and said, "Why is this kid here? He may not be your son, but still. How dare you? He stayed with us last night." "Right, thanks. But you should have just left him. It was punishment." "What did Yuki do wrong?" "He took Ryuta's toy." "Are you sure?" "Of course. My son was crying." "Mom, I was playing with that toy, but then Ryuta tried to take it from me, so I said he could have it later. Then he charged into me." "That's what he's saying." "There's no point in believing what this kid tells you. Only Ryuta is my child." "I'm not your child?" "Obviously. You're just a thing that came with your father. You should be thankful that you even get to live with us."
Now I understand how you really feel.
"What?" "You made it. Thank God." Darling! Dad!
I'm so sorry I didn't notice, Yuki.
I'm sorry, Dad. I said that I would be a good boy.
What have you done while I was away? My precious son!
Why are you here?
Yuka here realized that there was something wrong and contacted me. Apparently, you were making Yuki do the chores while you went out with Yuta.
And you told her that too? You useless little...
What do you mean by that?
Oh, well,
Yuki is my son, but you didn't give birth to him. The same goes for Ryuta, but I have worked hard for you three, and you repay me like this?
Wait, darling, hear me out.
Don't ever call me darling again, you evil woman. I've already heard what you had to say. I can't trust you with Yuki.
What are you going to do?
I want to get a divorce.
You've got to be joking. I was finally able to remarry.
It's all your fault.
Do I have to live with just the two of us again? Who's going to do the chores?
Shut up, Ryuta. Ah! Yuki's father apologized to us many times. Soon later, he divorced Sabatsu for neglecting their child, so she was forced to leave the apartment with Ryuta. Apparently, her previous husband divorced her because she would spoil Ryuta too much. She tried to remarry someone who was rich so she could send Ryuta to a good nursery and private school. Because she was a housewife, she didn't have anything to do once she was kicked out, so she had to go back to her parents' house in the middle of nowhere with Ryuta. The spoiled child was now being trained by his grandparents and was having a hard time. Yuki's father still gets messages saying she wants to get together again. But after telling her that he will sue her for child abuse if she continues to message him, the messages stopped. I don't know if I'm the right person to say this, but Yuki is a very hard worker, so please raise him with lots of love.
Thank you so much. Good luck with giving birth to your second child, Yuka. When are you expected?
In about 3 weeks. So I was thinking of going back to my parents' house. Today was supposed to be a chance to say bye to my friends, but... Ow! It's happening!
Huh? Already?
Get in the car quickly, please. I was going into labor, and I went quickly to the hospital.
Good luck, Michiru's mom!
Even though it was my second time, I still couldn't get used to this awful pain. I endured the pain for 6 hours, being accompanied by my husband, and...
The baby is born!
My new baby was born earlier than expected, but I was able to give birth to a healthy girl weighing 2,500 grams.
Mom, can I hold my little sister?
She's fragile, so hold her up gently with Dad, okay?
Wow, she's so little!
I'm counting on you to protect her, big sister.
Aye, Captain.
And so, our family became bigger. Both Michiru and my newborn are my precious children. I will love them both from the bottom of my heart.
What shall we name her?
Hey guys, what do you think we should name her? My name is Nano Nomaru. I'm 32. I live in an apartment with my husband and my 3-year-old son. The first floor of our apartment is a car park. Our car is parked there. We mainly use it on the weekends, but we live in the suburbs, so having a car can be very convenient for things like shopping. One weekend, I tried to go shopping with my husband and search for the keys, but I can't find the keys.
Are you alright?
Do you know where the keys are?
I think I put it away in the drawer after going shopping last week.
I thought so too. I wouldn't put it anywhere else, but
I doubt it, but did we leave it in the car?
I don't think so. But we couldn't find it anywhere in the house. We went to the car park to check, and then the
car is gone!
I panicked because our car had been stolen. My husband contacted the building management.
The culprit is probably on that security camera footage. Let's have it examined.
We had the security camera footage examined, and we saw a person drive away in our car last night. The culprit was Monohoshi?
Do you know her?
She's one of the moms at nursery.
A mom friend?
What is happening? Monohoshi? Oh, Nano. Hello there. Let me get straight to the point. Why did you take my car without permission? What are you talking about? Don't pretend like you don't know. The security camera caught you driving my car away. Oh, I completely forgot about the security cameras. How silly of me. How silly of you? But what I want to say is, what the hell do you think you're doing with my car? I'm just borrowing it. Don't get so worked up about it. We are moms. You'll age quickly if you get too stressed. Whose fault do you think that is? But you said you don't use the car very often, so why not? It was gone when we tried to use it today. Oh, really, Nano? What a bad timing. You're saying it's my fault? Well, I can't give it back yet, but if you want desperately to have it back, I can give it back to you if you pay me $5,000. Why do I have to pay you? You're the one who's using it without permission. Well, I'm saying that you can have it even though I need it. It's the least you can do because you're giving me trouble. I cannot understand what you are saying. Are you alright? Look, just give it back now, and I'm not paying you anything. Then I can't give it back. I'm sorry, but you'll have to lend it to me. I mean, it's a piece of junk compared to my car, but this'll have to do. If you have complaints, just give it back. Besides, how did you get the keys? You know, the other day when we went to your house, you were saying you hardly used your car, so I thought I'll make better use of it. That's why? I borrowed the keys from your drawer. Do you know what theft is? Of course, it means stealing, right? Are you aware that what you're doing is theft? Oh, are you an idiot? I'm just borrowing the car you don't use. I didn't steal anything. I'll give it back soon. When? Don't make me rush. You need to drive your car once in a while or else it'll go rusty. I think your brain is rusty. How horrible. I'm so hurt. Did you know? This is called defamation. I don't need the compensation to let me use your car in return. This is a good deal. Mutually beneficial. I think you should redo your education. I wish I could. She's literally making no sense. I did think she was a little bit strange, but I didn't think she was this crazy.
Why did you let someone like that in the house?
I didn't invite her, but she smelt the honey and just came in.
Winnie the Pooh?
It's Monohoshi the thief. I didn't intend on making a huge fuss about it if she gave it back right now, but it couldn't be helped. We reported it to the police and had them find the stolen car. I'm sorry, but I reported it to the police. What? The police? Why? What you're doing is a criminal offense. What the hell are you talking about? What are you thinking reporting your friend to the police? What are you thinking stealing a car from your friend? I want to shout this in your face. Take it down now, otherwise I won't give you the car back. If I do, would you give it back right now? I told you I can't now! That doesn't change anything! Where are you? The police went to your house, but it seems like no one was home. Did they go to my house? How could you? You're such a horrible person, barging into people's private lives like that. Those words boomerang on you so hard that you'd fly away. Now you've pissed me off. I'm not going to give the car back. This is compensation because you hurt my feelings. Tell that to the police. If I ever get caught, you are going down with me. There is no point talking to her.
What shall we do? Hello? Hello, I'm Monohoshi.
Her husband?
I am terribly sorry for everything. To tell you the truth,
Monohoshi's husband deeply apologized after hearing what happened from the police. He told us why his wife was always acting like this. It was something we didn't expect, and her mouths were wide open from the shock. Just then I got a message from the culprit. Hey, Nano. I'm sorry about earlier. I got a little heated up. What's with the sudden change in attitude? I'll give the car back. Yes, please. So, I'm sorry, but would you be able to come and pick me up where I am? I want to ask a favor. I had a bad feeling about this. I'll ask just in case, but what is it? I want you to say that you were the one driving since yesterday. Excuse me? You are missing stuff out. I'll say it one more time. Excuse me? I'm in trouble. It concerns you too. What happened? This. You had an accident? This engine won't start. Help me. You have car insurance, right? Yeah, but it won't apply unless it's me or my husband driving. Wait, are you? That's why I'm telling you. Just say that you are the one driving. You'll be in trouble if you can't fix the car, right? I heard from your husband that you cheated on him, so he wanted to get a divorce, but you shouted that you didn't want to and left the house. You were saying unbelievable things like, pay me money, because he had stopped your credit cards and you didn't have any money, right? What? You told my husband? I told you not to go to my house, didn't I? I had no intention of listening to you. How horrible. It's your fault, Nano, if we end up having a divorce. I have a message from your husband. What? Is my husband there? Yes. He has seen all the messages between us. That's enough. It's all your fault, giving people trouble. That's why I don't want to be with you anymore. Why is he saying this through you? Could you tell him to answer my calls? I feel sorry for your husband, because he has to deal with you. So that's why I'm messaging you instead of him. He says that conversations with you give him headaches. I can relate so hard. No. Isn't your personality starting to change? Continuing with the messages. I will divorce you even if we have to go to court. I will charge you for compensation, so you should consider not having any money left. Of course, you have to pay for the damage you made to the car, even if you have to borrow money. I'll sell the house this month and take our child. Apart from that, do whatever you want. The end. Why is this happening? Don't you need me anymore? Husbands are supposed to come and pick up their wives when they leave the house. Maybe he would, if it was his wife. But I wouldn't go and pick up an idiot like you. Stop dissing me. Are you going to sue me for defamation? Of course, I'll get the police and a lawyer to take revenge. I'll give the car back, so take the report down and come and pick me up. I don't want to pay. You can cry all you want. I'm not going to take down the report, and you will pay for it. Just to let me know, you won't just be paying for my car. What do you mean? Did you know? If you damage public property, you could end up paying millions of dollars. Millions? Public property is quite expensive, isn't it? You're joking, right? Tell me this is a joke! This is punishment for stealing my car and for being selfish. Oh yeah, someone will go and pick you up. Really? The police will. What's the point in that? Please, Nano, help me. We're BFFs, right? Apparently, our dictionaries have very different definitions for BFFs. Bye! Monohoshi was found soon after that by the police, and she was arrested for stealing a car. The car had been damaged too severely, so it had to be scrapped. We had car insurance, but it obviously didn't cover for accidents where the thief was driving, so she was charged for a new car. The guardrail and other public property she damaged with the crash. The total cost was a few $100,000. How horrifying. While Monohoshi was being detained, her husband sold their house and moved with his daughter. Her husband was quite a successful businessman. He left us some money that was still left after compensating for the damages so that we could buy a new car. He said that if he leaves this to her, she might run away with the money. We were able to buy a brand new car, so it wasn't all bad, I suppose. I think my senses have become numb because of the crazy person I had to deal with. In times like this,
What's the matter?
in taking common sense and a sense of righteousness.
What the heck? My name is Mitsuo. I'm 34 years old and I'm an ordinary office worker. It's been 3 years since I married Toshimi, who is 4 years younger than me. As soon as we got married, we tried to have kids, but we found out that my wife was infertile. At first, we tried to get medical treatment, but it was difficult financially and health-wise, so we gave up. A life without children isn't so bad, but my brother Yoshi had kids without a problem, and they recently had their second daughter. I feel very uncomfortable every time I go back home because my parents are expecting grandchildren. But one day, some shocking news struck our household.
Yo, bro, what the hell? Answer the fucking phone!
Sorry, dude. I can't pick up right now. What do you want?
What do you mean, what do you want? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Emma came to our house just now.
Didn't you get the letter?
I did, and I read it. What do you mean you want us to have Emma? She's your daughter.
I had a chat with my wife, and we were like, I think one daughter is enough.
You're joking, right? You're saying that you're going to just throw her out?
I'm not throwing her out. I'm letting you have her.
What?
You and your wife can't have kids, right? So you should raise Emma. Although she isn't your child, you are related.
Look, let's talk this out.
I can't. I need to catch my flight.
You're going abroad?
There's a good business opportunity over in Indonesia, but it is a little too hard to look after 2 kids.
Are you leaving Emma with us so that you can enjoy yourselves abroad?
I'm not asking you to do it for free. There should have been some cash in the envelope with the letter.
Are you telling me you sold her for $1,000? My brother's actions were unbelievable. We didn't get along before, but I didn't know he was this low. I could expect the real reason why they got rid of Emma. Emma has Asperger's syndrome. It's nothing serious, and she doesn't have a learning disorder, but it is still on the autism spectrum. There are no obstacles for her having a normal life. It's just that sometimes she can seem like a strange person. We decided to have Emma for now. We haven't decided what to do with her. A few days after she arrived at our house, I asked my wife who it was at the home. How's she doing?
The same as usual.
She won't talk to you?
She will answer if I ask something, but she only speaks then. She won't say a thing if I leave her alone.
Well, that can't be helped. She's been through a lot.
Well, I think she was originally like this.
What do you mean?
She's not particularly expressive, so... I don't know how to say this, but it doesn't seem like she cares very much.
Even though her parents got rid of her?
Well, I have a feeling, but I'm not sure. And she seems to be the type that is very strict about her daily routine. She does the same things every day, and at the end of the day, she writes in her diary. She does that every night.
I see.
Her grades are very unique as well. She's the best at math, but she's worst in subjects like English. The gap between them is amazing.
She does seem like a difficult girl. I'll find a facility where they'll accept her.
Mitsuo, would you say the same thing if she was born from us?
Well...
I do agree that she's a difficult girl. That's probably why your brother didn't want to deal with her anymore. But if we reject her for the same reason, we are no different from your brother.
You're right.
This wasn't how I'd expect to get a child, but it's true that I always wanted one.
After talking with my wife, I made up my mind. I don't want Emma to go through any more hardship. So the life with the three of us started. Emma doesn't have rich expressions and doesn't speak a lot. It's not like we can't communicate or that she does naughty things. And after getting used to it, you can tell her emotions with the slight movements of her eyes and mouth. She's a little clumsy, but she is a cute little girl. We found out something new, too. She prefers to communicate with written words rather than out loud. So I actively send messages to her and try to communicate as much as I can. A few months have passed since we started living together, and I found out an unbelievable truth. Hey, can I ask you a question?
You're free to ask.
Right. I'll ask you some questions, so I want you to answer them.
Okay.
How was your life with your mom and dad?
How?
What did you do when you were living in your old house?
I would wake up, get ready, go to school. I would work when I got back from school.
Work? What kind of work did you do?
I would go to his friend's house and do as he says.
What kind of things did he tell you to do?
He would take my clothes off, and he would take me to bed after that.
So you would sleep with that person?
I didn't sleep. He would lick me, or would tell me to lick him.
Do you know what you did?
No, I don't. But it hurt at the beginning. It felt like I was being stabbed, but I got used to it.
Do you understand what that behavior is for? You shouldn't learn it at school.
I don't really know. I'm only good at math.
I see. Thanks for telling me. I couldn't believe it. I could have guessed that she was having a miserable life with them, but that scumbag was selling Emma's body! She doesn't have any knowledge about sex because her hobbies are very narrow, and because she didn't have any friends. The fact that she didn't seem to care made my heart ache. I told this to my wife, and she couldn't stop crying. She had never thought that Emma had been treated so poorly. We felt the need to make Emma happy no matter what. Time had passed, and Emma was now in her 3rd year at high school. Her expressions had become richer compared to the time we met, and it was difficult to tell she even had a disorder. And we found out that Emma was in fact a genius.
Darling, listen. I've got wonderful news.
Calm down. What's the matter?
Emma's teacher called me today.
Is there something wrong?
No. The academic paper Emma wrote for math had won the competition.
What? Competition? So what does that mean?
It means that Emma is a genius mathematician. At this rate, she will get unconditional offers from the mathematics departments at famous universities.
That's amazing!
I did think her math grades were exceptionally good, but
I only thought that she was just good at it.
Emma's homeroom teacher is her math teacher, so he made her try out various problems because he thought she was talented.
I never knew they did that.
I was surprised too. According to the teacher, she's already a far more advanced mathematician than he is.
That good?
Yeah, he told me that. She would be able to go to any university's mathematics department without paying the tuition.
I can't believe that she was such a talented girl.
It means we still have a lot to learn. We couldn't realize even though we were so close.
We should cherish our conversations more.
You're right. So let's have something special for dinner tonight. Why don't we go out and eat somewhere nice?
Leave that to me. Let's go to a good yakiniku restaurant. And she really got loads of offers from many universities. Plus, she was picked up by a magazine as a genius mathematician girl. But the thing that made me the happiest was...
Thank you, Dad. This is my way of saying thanks.
On Father's Day, Emma made my favorite food for me. I couldn't help crying. I was concerned for how this would turn out, but we were able to become a real family. But in the midst of the happiness, my scumbag brother messaged me. Yo, how's it going? What do you want? What's with the cold attitude? Dude, I'm your brother. Just tell me what you want. I'm going back to Japan soon. I see. So I'll have Emma back. You're joking, right? What are you talking about? She's my daughter. You're the one who sold her for $1,000. Yeah, you've done a great job. You are relieved of duty. What the hell? What makes you think that I'll give her back? Wow, you seem very attached. Why are you saying you'll take her back? When you left her, you were never going to show up again, were you? We changed our minds. We shouldn't have gotten rid of our beloved daughter. Bullshit! I bet you read about her in a magazine or something. She's now one of the most valuable girls in Japan and has a bright future. Oh, come on, who cares why? I'll go to your house to get her back. I told you I refuse. What are you talking about? We are her biological parents. You can't do anything about it. Are you seriously going to take her away? I don't want to make a fuss. Just give her back, and I won't do anything. When are you coming? I sent a message saying okay, but I have no intention of giving her back. But it would be bothersome if he would stalk us around, so I decided to make him pay for what he did. My brother and his wife came to my house, not knowing anything. I had called the police in advance, and they got arrested. They were, of course, caught for sexual abuse. The things that they did to her were crimes. Emma had the habit of writing in a diary from a young age, so she had written down the details of what happened then. This was proof of their crimes, and the two of them were guilty. I wish they would spend the rest of their life in jail.
I'm Sakura Uejima. I'm in my second year of junior high school. I have a brother 2 years older than me, and he was the center of everything in the house as he was to take over my father's company. My father was the third president of a fairly large company, and my brother was to become the fourth president, and was super spoiled. He could go to learn anything he wanted because my parents didn't hesitate to spend money on him. From the moment he started something, his equipment was top class, and he would be taught by the best teachers. But none of the things he learned last for more than 6 months, so we had a huge pile of things that my brother didn't use anymore. Mom, I want to learn Japanese calligraphy. Can I use my brother's old stuff? You don't need to learn that kind of stuff, because you're a girl.
You only have to worry about getting married. It would be a waste of money.
But my brother gets to learn lots of different things.
That's because he will take over your father's business. You two are different.
Why don't you practice cooking so that you won't have any problems when you marry a rich man?
My brother dominated my mother and father's attention. My grandfather, on the other hand, was on my side.
You want to learn Japanese calligraphy? Then I'll teach it to you.
Uh-huh. Thanks, Granddad. But everyone tells me that I'm not important.
That's not true. I love you, Sakura.
Granddad.
There.
I don't know what I would have done if my grandfather wasn't there for me. Although he was favored by my parents, he would secretly go out and would ditch studying or learning. He even thought I was a slave or something just because I was treated like I was invisible.
Hello, my slave.
I'm not your slave.
It's better than being invisible.
What do you want?
Do my homework again.
Again? Why don't you do it yourself?
I'm ordering you to do it because I can't be bothered.
I'm still in junior high. I don't know what you're studying in high school.
You can borrow my textbook.
Why do I have to borrow it when you're asking me to do it for you?
I'm not asking you. I'm ordering you to do it. What else are you worth, apart from being a little bit smart? Your face is average, and your breast is flat as a cutting board.
It's going to grow.
I don't think so.
I bet you're just playing around. Come home and do it yourself.
I'm busy with lessons, you know.
Liar. I know that you're ditching cram school and other lessons.
So what? Are you going to tell on me? Didn't Mom tell you before that your brother has his own pace?
Are you okay with that? Playing around and not doing anything? Although you can have lessons and stuff?
I don't care. I mean, the fact that I will become the company president doesn't change, so why bother making an effort?
Do you really think that? You'll be able to take over Dad like that?
Let me tell you in case your little brain can't understand. It's the bloodline that matters, not the effort you make, not the skills you have, but the bloodline. Of the male, of course, not the women, which means I am the important one. All I have to do is just become the president. That's how companies work.
My brother was like this with any conversation we had. He thinks that he can become the company president without doing anything. He also thinks that just because he will become the president, he already has power. But I thought this was wrong. My grandfather was the only one who agreed with me. My brother didn't study at all, but his grades were really good. But that wasn't because he was originally clever. As a sister, I can confirm that he was terribly dumb. I realized that one of his classmates was the son of a subcontractor of our father's company. He was a clever boy, but my brother was forcing him to take his money and help him cheat on exams so that he could get good grades. My brother threatened him that if the boy were to ever disobey him, he would stop the orders to the boy's father's company. This exploitation continued until they graduated high school. However, my parents would be really happy at seeing his fake grades. They said that he was a great successor and didn't even warn him for his bad attitude. I got mad at my brother and my parents for not even realizing what my brother was doing. Did you cheat on the exam again?
How did you know?
There is no way you could have gotten that score. Because you're always playing around and making me do your homework.
Maybe I'm a genius.
What's 7 times 9?
64?
See?
Well, that was because you caught me off guard.
There's no point in continuing this. Mom and Dad were talking that you should go to Tokyo University.
Tokyo University? Yeah, that'll be great.
Do you really think you can get in?
The results doesn't matter. Plus, if I try the hardest university, it will be less disappointing when I fail. And if I fail, I can become a Ronin and have tons of free time. Don't you think that's a dream life?
Are you taking the entrance exam so that you'll fail? I wonder what Mom and Dad will think when they hear about this.
They are better off like this. I'm letting them dream about the perfect son. And in return, I want a sip of the sweet juice, you know what I mean?
Fine, have it your way then.
You, on the other hand, have to make an effort to get into a national university, so good luck with that.
You don't have to tell me.
I feel sorry for you, though. No matter how hard you try, a normal employee is the best you can get. While I already have a future of becoming a president.
You never know what will happen in the future. Granddad said so too.
Well, Granddad is your only ally, isn't he?
He's more than enough. As the examination period approached, my brother applied for the most difficult university to get into in Japan, just like my parents wanted him to. But he failed miserably in the standard exam. The university he applied for eliminated candidates who scored lower than a certain score from the process. My brother couldn't get the required score and couldn't even move on to the second exam. My parents seemed shocked by this.
I didn't make it this time, but I'll try again next year.
Right.
Everyone makes mistakes.
I saw my brother with a smirk on his face. So my brother became a Ronin and started his new life like he wished. Because he played around the entire time and didn't study, he got eliminated 3 times. On the 4th time, he overslept and didn't even take the exam. My parents thought that this couldn't continue any longer and gave up on him passing the standard exam. So now he was to go to a low-level private university that anyone could enter just by writing their name on the answer sheets. But it took my brother 6 years to graduate that university. Meanwhile, because I was doing my brother's homework, I was able to do well in high school and got accepted to a high-level national university straight away. I graduated in 4 years, before he did. But even then, my parents would still insist on making my brother the successor. And when I was in my 4th year of university, my grandfather finally lost it.
Are you seriously going to make Ryuhei, who has been doing nothing but play around, take over the precious company?
We've raised him for this.
Don't interfere with his father. It's my company now. I'm definitely going to make Ryuhei the next president.
You really think people would want to work for him?
We'll make them work for him.
What a terrible thing to say to your own grandson.
And what about yourselves? You've been so cold to Sakura.
She is our daughter, but she isn't necessary for the company's future.
It's obvious for a company to invest in something more profitable.
Then I will raise Sakura as a businesswoman. I'm sure you will find out soon which is more suitable as a business owner.
I was listening to their argument, and my grandfather's words made me cry. I didn't intend to work at my father's company, but I wanted to prove my grandfather was right. I started working as the direct subordinate of the chairman. My grandfather at work was a completely different person and was extremely strict. He had never shouted at me before, but as soon as I started working, he would tell me off for everything I couldn't do. He gave me endless jobs and he made me attend every single meeting he was in with a client. This was the second president, and the man who made the company grow 10 times bigger. There were hard things, especially because we were family, but I didn't give up and tried to keep up. My father, or the president, gave my brother an important position from the very beginning and was obviously being favored. He was being cocky and was saying,
I am the future president.
really loudly all around the company building. It was obvious that his skills didn't meet the required ability to handle the jobs my father gave him. His behavior was unacceptable too. Hey, the meeting's already started. Where are you?
I'm more powerful than you know. Be more respectful.
I was working here before you. And I work for the chairman, so it is completely irrelevant.
What the hell? You little...
That doesn't matter right now. Hurry up and come to the meeting. We're having a meeting for tomorrow's important business case. You're going to visit the client on your own instead of Dad.
It'll be alright. Take it easy. I'll figure something out if you make the documents.
This is serious. Do you understand how important tomorrow's client is?
Of course. That's why the future president is going, right?
They order from us very frequently, and they're one of our biggest clients. What is that bad attitude? You better not go like that tomorrow.
Oh, shut up. You're making the drink taste bad.
What? Are you drinking?
Drinking from noon is great.
Are you insane? Did you just walk out on your job?
I can do whatever I want because I am the next president. I'll leave the rest to you, Miss Ordinary Employee.
We did the meeting without my brother, but it was pointless without him. And he made the client mad and messed up a very important contract. The anger of the other employees enduring his bad behavior finally exploded.
Hey, what do you mean that the achievements are half of the previous year?
Welcome to reality.
Do something about it.
I'm surprised that the person who is to blame for all of this could say such a thing.
It's not my fault.
Actually, it is. You had a bad attitude towards our huge client and terminated the contract. You act like you're some sort of big shot. Do you know how many people want to quit because of you?
Let the people who want to quit leave. This company is going to be mine. Therefore, I am the rule. For those who can't obey, they can leave and wander about.
I have bad news for my stupid brother. Your dismissal has been officially decided at the board meeting.
What?
From next month, you will no longer be an employee of this company.
That can't be right. I am the future president.
Even if you are the next president, you are currently just an employee with a position. Did you think that you could get away with using company expenses for drinking from noon?
I didn't do anything wrong. I can get away with anything. Dad wouldn't give permission to fire me.
Dad is no longer president because he was also held responsible for your actions.
What?
So, you were the son of the president, but now you're nothing but a useless asshole.
Why? How is that even possible?
It means that people were stressed about your behavior. But we can't leave the president position vacant, so Granddad is going to be the president once more.
What can that old man do?
Just so you know, you wouldn't last an hour if you worked for him. I'm going to be the secretary for the new president, while also doing other jobs so that we can repair the damage that has been done to the company. We also have a new, wonderful engineer coming to the tech development department. Guess who it is?
I don't know.
It's Tanaka, the person you were threatening back in high school.
Tanaka? The one that helped me cheat? Are you employing a subcontractor?
Tanaka is an extremely skilled engineer. He agreed to work here, with the condition that you get fired.
Are you choosing him over me?
Just think about it. It's too obvious who would be the more beneficial person to the company. We don't need useless bloodlines here at this company.
This is outrageous! I was born to become a president!
Then why don't you make a company? I doubt people would want to work with a business owner that can't even do math properly.
Wait, I at least get my severance pay, right?
Don't be naive. You're being dismissed. You're not getting anything. You should experience the real world now that you've had an easy life.
Wait, Sakura!
Oh yeah?
Are you going to help me?
I have D cups now.
You still remember that?
My brother was fired for the private use of company expenses. He had to pay back the money that he had spent and was now in huge debt. He currently works part-time and is paying the debt monthly. My father was also kicked off the seat of president. Because my father has a big ego, he quit the company. And now he just sits outside like a statue feeding the pigeons. My mother became mentally ill from the awful news of her precious son being fired and her husband being kicked out of his position. She's currently in a psychiatric ward. Meanwhile, I was studying on how to run a business for my strict grandfather so that I could one day take over the company. I wasn't treated well throughout my life, but my efforts were not in vain. From now on, I want to build my own future with my own strength.